It's your boy ObZ here. Call myself ObZ, short for observer. Because that's really what we're doing. We're just observing ourselves. We're observing the inside game. Today we're talking about the one thing and saying that putting all your eggs in one basket. I mean, you can definitely do that. Put your eggs in one basket. Shift this over here. Maybe that'll help out some. You put all your eggs in one basket. And then focus on that basket. We see it all over the place of people using focus, but most of us have been raised up with the mentality of jack of all trades, master of none. That's right, you're master of none. But you're jack of all trades. So, and in this book, what he tells you about is, a couple of laws, just like the law of gravity that's going through. Now, I'm not going to read the book word for word, and even though I'm going through the book, endorsing the book, I suggest that you get it and then start to live it. Now, here's the inside game that I was telling you about. Everybody is going to have to start being aware of their own ego. You're gonna have to recognize your own ego and what it's doing. See, we've been raised, with a certain set of programs that say it's just running, and we wonder why we can't do certain things, even though we want to do those things. It's hard to do those things. That's because these programs are running, and most of all, it's your ego. Your ego looking for some type of protection, some type of gratification, And then in this book, it's telling us to really don't be fooled by it. Let's take the 4 agreements. Yeah. But the one thing is really telling us about breaking. You've heard it, breaking things down into bite-sized pieces. But it's a psychology behind that. And that's what this book teaches. So, number 1, ego. Because even though we're talking about transforming our lives, doing it to 2021, doing it to our lives in every area of our lives, but our ego is what's going to be stopping us. Because right now, classic example, I want you to go ahead and get the book. I want you to pause this tape, go to audible.com, sign up for the free trial, download the book. Then, like I said, it's going to give you 2 books, so go ahead and download the 4 agreements. And then once you download those books, guess what? You can cancel the trial. And then just come back, start this back up. And I'm going to show you something. All right? Okay, we back. We back. Yeah, we back. I hope you did that, right? 80% of the people not going to do it. Maybe the highest 90% not going to do it. You probably didn't do it. And the reason is that most people don't do it is because this brain of ours is so smart, it lays out all these steps and it tells you to wait. I'm going to wait. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, but I'm going to wait. I don't have my credit card on me, or I don't have my computer, but we got our phones right there. I know if you're watching this, you got to be on the computer, on the phone, or something like that. We don't have our computers on. We don't have our phone, and our mind makes up all these excuses of why we shouldn't do it, why we didn't do it. But I'm going to give you a second shot, right? This time you're going to do it, right? For real. Those that didn't do it, we're going to pause it. This time, we're going to let you do it, all right? All right? Go ahead, pause the tape right now. I'm back. Guess what? I'm back. Hope you did it this time. We may have got one other person to do it. But that's what I'm saying. That's the thing. It's something in us that kind of stops us. And that's the thing that stops us. That's the thing that we're gonna become aware of for 2021. Every day is an awareness of what is stopping us and pausing. Just like it said in one thing, the key thing, if you get the book, if you get the physical book, it's gonna be different. The physical book, on the back of the physical book, it's gonna have a question mark. And that's the whole premise of the one thing, is asking these questions. It's asking questions. And it's something that we don't do on a regular basis because it's been drummed out of us. You know, to ask questions, it's been definitely drummed out of us. And that's what this book is about, asking. He said the quality, I think he quoted it right, but the quality of the question, the size of the question, determines the quality and size of the answer of the result. So, the question right now is you'll ask yourself, okay, why didn't I go ahead and download that? Why didn't I? And then you got to keep asking yourself, because the first time you ask yourself, your brain or that self in there that you're asking, it's going to give you the blow off. It's going to say, I don't know. And then over the years, you've been taking that. You've been taking it, accepting that you don't know. But I'm saying, I don't know, it's not an answer. You have to ask the question again. And that's what we're going to be diving deep on. It's just one thing that if you change this one thing, which is asking more quality, better quality questions, then our lives, just that one thing right there alone will change our lives. Just that one thing. Just asking these better quality questions. And asking that question over and over and over again. It's like interrogating yourself. See, we don't interrogate ourselves. We let ourselves run around and do all kinds of crazy things all these years. But I'm telling you now, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. We're gonna go ahead and dig in, and I'm not gonna let myself get off the hook. That self in there, inside there, that ego self, whatever that self is, that's been running the show behind the scenes, hidden. We're gonna exposing him or her, whatever she is, whatever he is, become aware of him. And we're not gonna say that we're gonna stop them, because they've been running for years. They strong. A couple years ago, I listened to a guy told me about a guy named Nasar Siddiqui, and he says 3 cells in there, people with triune beings, right? Triune beings. That means we got our physical selves, got our spirit selves, spirit man, and then we got our mental selves, which is our logic and emotions and stuff like that, right? But he's saying these physical selves and these mental selves has got the jump on, and it's more mature than our spirit man. Because the spirit man is the one that is the observer. We've been watching, sitting back, let the body do what it want to do and the mind do what it want. We've just been watching. We've been observing, but we really hadn't been observing. We've just been along for the ride. So you just can't tackle that spirit guy. I mean, the spirit guy is so small, you just can't tackle that 30-year-old physical self, the body telling you that it's tired, it's sleepy, it's hungry, whatever, and then that 30, 40, 50-year-old mental self that reasons that out. Yeah, body, you right, we tired, we don't feel like you supposed to got that book. Maybe you had to go and get the computer, and your body say, you know what, my knees hurt, I don't feel like getting up right now, comfortable, and then your mind will come in and reason. See, but I'm appealing to your spirit man. Because your spirit man say, yeah, that's what we've been missing. Yeah, that's what we want. Finally, I'm going to get some juice. I'm going to get some food for myself. I've been telling y'all this is the route we need to take. And then your body will reason it out. Your body will say, but my back is hurting. My back is hurting. We hungry, maybe we should get something to eat first. And your mind reasons it out. So I'm just walking this thing through, right? Laying a little foundation on what really, how we gonna do it to life. Because you need to be aware of these cells and their operation. That's why you yourself will become the observer. You start watching, because we're gonna be able to say, okay, body, pause. So I'm giving you some skills right now, right? I'm a big Matrix fan. We're gonna talk about the Matrix later on, but we're gonna be able to pause. Because I think one of the quotes in the Matrix, Fishburne said Neo, right? Neo say, oh, you know what? So you said I'm being to dodge bullets? I say, man, I'm saying when you're ready, you won't have to. You won't have to dodge bullets. All these challenges that life has been doing to us, we won't have to dodge them. We're going to be doing it to life. And those challenges, apparent obstacle, advantage upon your approach. That's a good quote right there. You use it every day. I mean, we're going to be working this mind, right? But like I said, you won't have to dodge, but we're going to be able to say, pause. I don't know if you remember that in the Matrix, Neo, they shot all these bullets at him, all these things coming at him at one time. And he said, pause. Then he grabbed one of the bullets out of the air. Looked at it. Oh man, it's just, hey, it ain't what I thought. You know what? I can see what this thing, I'm saying we're going to do this with our thoughts. We're going to do this with our bodies. The new spirit, man, I'm telling you. We're going to exercise this pause button. So when that thought, here's a classic example. I know I'm getting a little deep, but still on the one thing, because we're going to be asking just one thing we're changing is asking more questions. See? That's one thing. That's what this book is about. Go get the book, right? Eventually you'll get it. It may be on day 23. Maybe on day 66 or 206. I'm still going to be here. But this is what it's going to do. All right, check it. All right. We're going to ask you, when that thought, like, let's say that I want to cut back on Mountain Dews or something like that. I'm going to cut Mountain Dews out. Because everybody got these habits that, like, they're trying to break these habits, right? So I go and grab a Mountain Dew, right? And I got the Mountain Dew in my hand, and I'm going to say, pause. I want to cut out Mountain Dew. That's what my spirit man said. But my body's saying, man, we thirsty. We thirsty. We thirsty. Or it's saying something like, and the mind saying, yeah, we need to go get a Mountain Dew. We need to go get it. It's going to be cold. It's going to be refreshing. Then our spirit man say, no, man, we cut Mountain Dews out. The next thing you know, you got the Mountain Dew in your hand, and what you got to do is, it's going to run automatically. But you're going to have to come up, you got to say, pause. Okay, you may have to get a buddy. Hey, man, remind me the next time I get a Mountain Dew. And then when I grab this Mountain Dew, I'm going to say, dang, how did I get this Mountain Dew in my hand? Then that's when you start asking the questions. You're going to say, how did I get this Mountain Dew in my hand? What happened? What happened? And you're going to start rewinding that tape, because something emotional happened. Somebody said something wrong to you. Somebody, because that Mountain Dew may be a comfort for you. You see what I'm saying? Those donuts, those Twinkies, the ice cream, whatever, it may be a comfort for you. So you'll go back. You'll rewind the tape, rewind the memories, and go back in time like that. And then you'll start and say, okay, what happened before that? I'm showing you how to work these questions, right? What happened before that? And then initially your brain gonna say, I don't know what happened. And a lot of y'all gonna stop and say, dang, we don't know what happened. But you're gonna ask it again. Well, what happened before that? Okay, maybe I went too far back. Maybe I should say, okay, I'm gonna go 2 steps, literally 2 steps. Okay, how did I get here? I'm standing here in front of the TV. Where was I 2 steps ago? I was by the couch. Okay, I was in the hallway. Okay, I just came out the bedroom. I just came out of my office. You keep going back until you say, okay, well, what was I doing? What was I doing? I was feeling good, feeling good, feeling good. Because now you feeling a certain way. So I was feeling. Oh, my chain. Oh, got a phone call. What was on the phone call? You see what I'm saying? You just walk yourself back, and now you can understand, okay, so I'm grabbing these Mountain Dews whenever I feel this type of way. And when we get to four agreements, we're going to go a little bit deeper on that, feeling that type of way. But that's what I'm saying. You just asking yourself the question. You just grabbing a thought, pause, grabbing a thought out of mid-air and interrogating that thought. Where did you come from? How did you get here? How long you been running through here? You look familiar. Just like you would do an old friend, because it is the old friend's been with you probably since you was 6. But that's what you're going to start doing. You're going to start questioning these actions, questioning these motives, questioning these thoughts. Become aware of them, because that's what's stopping you from getting the book. Because you're going to say, this is what you're going to say, oh yeah, I know he told us to go to Audible, but I like to read my books. I like to go in and I like to highlight them. I like to mark and earmark the pages. I like to have my book in my hand. I was a part of a book club. And part of that book club, we read books. So I would get the books on audio. Everybody else, but they went out, some went and bought the book, some did not buy the book, but they always had an excuse. So when every next meeting, they hadn't read the book. Why you hadn't read the book? I just hadn't had the time. I said, well, I've been through the book 2 times. Oh, it called you cheating. I mean, you're listening to the book. That ain't the same as reading it. I think that's cheating. I said, well, but you hadn't read the book. You don't know what's in the pages. You don't have any of that information, none of their strategies. And that's why you may still be at the same spot, because you hadn't opened the book, because something inside of you, that ego, is telling you that you need to read the book, that you gotta have the book, that you gotta earmark it. I'm saying don't let the physical book stop you, because it will. Or some people, they say, well, I can't listen to it on audio, it makes me sleep. Who said? Who said that? So I'm saying, get the book, both books. It's laid out. Well, I ain't got the money. Guess what? Ask yourself, how can I get the money? It's just a credit card. Well, I ain't got a credit card. Ask the question. This is the one thing now. All we doing today is one thing. And for the next 365 days, if you don't get nothing else out of this whole speech, play this speech over again, it's just asking yourself more questions. You see what I'm saying? Asking yourself more questions. That's what I'm saying. Hold on.